seductive. I take you to the candy shop.
Before the platinum albums, the bulletproof vest, and the vitamin water deal that made him a multi-millionaire, 50 Cent was just Curtis Jackson, a kid from South Jamaica, Queens, navigating a world filled with danger, desperation, and dreams of something bigger. Today, we dive deep into the real story of 50 Cent before the fame, the pain, the hustle, and the near-death moment that could have changed music history forever. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more untold stories of music legends. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
Curtis James Jackson III was born on July 6, 1975, in the South Jamaica neighborhood of Queens, New York. His mother, Sabrina, was just 15 when she had him. She was a hustler, one of the only female drug dealers in her neighborhood, known for being both tough and resourceful. What most people don't know is that Sabrina was openly bisexual.
Coming up, I was confused. My mommy kissing a girl. Confusion occurs coming up in the cold world.
An unusual and bold identity for a drug dealer in the hyper-masculine, homophobic streets of 1980s Queens. Curtis grew up watching her both command respect and navigate the threat of violence constantly surrounding her. But tragedy hit early. When Curtis was just 8 years old, his mother was murdered in a mysterious fire, rumored to be connected to a drug-related conflict. It was never officially solved. After her death, he went to live with his grandparents, in a house already packed with 9 other kids. There was no room, no stability, and certainly no luxury. That environment hardened him quickly. By age 12, he started dealing crack cocaine, not because it was cool, but because he felt like it was his only option. Curtis actually had a brief stint in boxing. Not a lot of people know that he was training heavily and even competed in junior-level tournaments. In fact, boxing helped him understand discipline, but also how to read people under pressure. These skills would help him both in the streets and later in the music industry. But school, that was a different story. Curtis was arrested multiple times during high school, caught bringing drugs and even weapons into the building. In an interview, he once admitted that he never expected to live past 21. The name 50 Cent came later, as a symbol of change. He borrowed it from a Brooklyn stick-up kid named Kelvin 50 Cent Martin, who became a kind of local legend for robbing drug dealers. Curtis said, "I'm the same kind of person 50 Cent was. I provide for myself by any means."
Ready? This is Trinetta Love with City Rhythms, and I am here with 50 Cent.
By the mid-90s, the drug game was burning out. The money wasn't what it used to be. The violence was escalating. Curtis was looking for a way out. That way out? Music. In 1996, he met Jam Master Jay of Run DMC, who taught him how to write bars, structure songs, and record properly. Most people don't realize that 50's earliest musical training came from a hip-hop pioneer. Jay signed him to his label, and though the deal didn't take off commercially, the mentorship was pivotal. 50 Cent was learning not just how to rap, but how to think like a businessman. In 1999, 50 Cent dropped a track that would blacklist him from the industry, but also prove he was fearless. The song, How to Rob.
Well, what's going on with you? What's happening? What do you have out right now?
I got a new single out called How to Rob. It's off of the movie soundtrack In Too Deep.
Is that the one, How to Rob an Industry Cat?
Yeah.
That they blazing on the radio stations right now?
That's what's going on, you know.
So
in it, he jokingly detailed how he would rob every major rapper in the game, from Jay-Z to Big Pun to DMX. At the time, he was signed to Columbia Records, but the backlash was immediate. Jay-Z famously responded during his Hot 97 Summer Jam performance.
"I'm about $1. What the hell is 50 Cent?
But what most people don't know is that Columbia dropped him not long after that, especially after he was shot, worried that the violence around him would bleed into the studio. May 24, 2000. Curtis Jackson was sitting in a car outside his grandmother's house when a man walked up and fired 9 shots at close range. He was hit in the hand, arm, hip, both legs, chest, and famously, the face. which caused a permanent slur in his speech. But here's what's rarely mentioned. The shooter was allegedly a hired hitman named Daryl Homo Baum, who was later killed just 3 weeks after the incident, some believe as retaliation. 50 spent 13 days in the hospital and months in physical therapy. It was during this time he recorded dozens of songs from his basement, with his jaw still wired shut, giving his voice the gravelly tone we now recognize. Blackballed by the industry, no label wanted to touch him, but 50 had other plans. With his Crew G unit, he released a barrage of street mixtapes flipping popular beats with his own gritty lyrics and hooks. One of the earliest was 50 Cent is the Future.
The Future, you know what? That tape came from, I was actually across the street from Violator Records, right, from Violator Management at the time, and they, Chris wasn't sure he wanted to manage me at that point. You know, there was a lot that came with a lot of luggage with me, you know, so I came to see him, I talked to him once.
And that title wasn't just a flex, it was prophetic. These tapes spread through New York like wildfire thanks to street DJs and bootleggers. It caught the attention of Eminem, who heard 50's music and immediately flew him out to meet Dr. Dre.
You got in the business with Eminem, right? Did he discover you or something?
Yeah, Eminem, he had got his hands on a copy of a mixtape that I put out.
By 2002, he signed a $1 million deal with Shady Aftermath, a record deal that would launch Into Club and Get Rich or Die Tryin' just 1 year later. And the rest is history. From a crack-dealing teen to a shot 9-time survivor to a self-made mogul, 50 Cent's early years weren't just hard. They were a trial by fire. He didn't just get rich, he got smart. And he never forgot where he came from.